Well, I am Enrique Erice. I'm the president of Novitas. It's an Argentine company involved with grain markets, international grain markets. My job is to be an advisor of farmers in Argentina. More than 800 farmers are working with us. And my job is to tell them what to do with their production, how to make the commercialization of that production. And we visit a lot of countries in 18 tours that we have made. We visit Russia, Ukraine, and the United States, Brazil, Southeast Asia. We have it in India 7 years ago, and just looking around the world what is happening and try to advise those people how to commercialize their production.
How does your company assist farmers?
Now, my company is involved with a grain market production, no? Not with the techniques of production, but in the grain, how to sell their production in the international markets.
Are barley farmers in Argentina receiving assistance from you for their barley cultivation, as barley is also grown in Argentina?
Barley is, as you know, it is used for making beer. So it's not a big production. We have 4 million tons of barley and we have 20 million tons of wheat. But we also make the people how to choose the better way to sell their barley in the markets every year. Well, we are increasing very little every year because we have a competitor, it's a big competitor, which is Australia, and the most important buyer of barley is China, and China is very close to Australia, so we have to compete with Australia. It's not an easy job. And then we can sell barley to the Arabian people and to Brazil just to make beer.
In Argentina, farmers are facing issues regarding fertilizers. Do you think is it really an ongoing problem?
Now, fertilizers are in this moment a very important issue because we have problems in Argentina. We have bad governments. They are finishing their government now this year, but they have problems with the exchange rate from Argentine farmers. So we are having problems with the imports of fertilizer from Russia, mostly. But we are trying to do our best, and we can involve and get forward. Yeah.
Your company works for farmers and provide market all over the world. So how many countries have collaborated with your company?
Yes, Argentina is an export country.
Okay.
We export wheat, we export corn, we export soybean and sunflower, and soybean oil to India and sunflower oil to India. So we must know what is happening in the world with the other competitors from Argentina, like Russia and Ukraine, or Brazil, or the United States. So we are competing. Argentine people are competing with a lot of countries in the world. But we are the number 3 in production of soybeans. We are the number 4 in production in corn. But we are the biggest country exporting vegetable oils to the world. And India is the number 1 as a client of Argentina, is the number 1.
How do most Argentinian farmers drive their income?
Now they are not having a good income because prices are not so good, because in Argentina we have a problem. We have an exchange rate that is mostly 50% of the real exchange rate, and we have export taxes in the case of soybean near 30% of the international price. So if you produce soybean in Argentina, 30% of the soybeans is going to the government.
Okay.
That's not happening in any part of the world. So we are very good competitors, but we have a government over our heads trying to take out the money from the farmers.
Tell us something about soybean growing farmers visiting India.
Yes, very important country involved with soybeans. We are the 3rd production. The first one is Brazil, the second United States, the 3rd producer of soybean is Argentina. We are near 50 million tons this year the next year. This year we are finishing. It was a very bad year because of the climate, but the next year will be normal year, so we are supposed to have 50 million tons of soybean.
Okay.
And we are the exporter number one in soybean meal and soybean oil in the world. So we are very good competitors in soybean oil and soybean meal. And the same happens with sunflower. We have, in the case of sunflower oil, the most important producers are Russia and Ukraine. But you know, as you know, they are in a war now, involved in the war, so Argentina has an opportunity this year to make an increase of the production of oilseeds in case of soybean and sunflower.
Okay.
And that's important for India because India is importer of oils, vegetable oils.
Being an Argentine and belonging to the farming community, can you tell us what is the routine of farmers in Argentina and about their farming practices?
No, farmers in Argentina already, they live in the farms. Some of them live in the city near the farms, but extensions of the farms are very big. If you look at India, for example, mostly people are 200, 300 hectares. But here in our group now visiting India, we have some people are more than 5 or 10,000 hectares each one.
Oh.
So big farmers, and they live close to the farm and they work every day. They have to take about technologies, what is happening with technologies, what are changing in seeds, competitors, and then they have to make the seed and sow the barley or the wheat or the soybean or the sunflower. And then we have a different, because we are in the south hemisphere, so our production is going to the market in the case of soybean in March, June, July. So we are a different station like you. But people are working very close to their farms and they are spending all their times looking how to improve their production and try to get money about that.
How has Argentina's agriculture economy evolved and what is its resulting impact?
Now, production are increasing every year, but a little because we don't have a big chance of getting more hectares, more acreage to the farming, but we are trying to do it that. Mm-hmm. And we are increasing in yields, not in area. So you know, production you can increase your production with acreage, area, or without yields. We are trying to make it through yields. So every year we are getting better technologies, better genetics, just to increase yields of per hectare in soybean and corn and wheat.
How does your company generate farmer-friendly information related to farming accessibility?
Well, my job is trying to study what's happening in the world. Geopolitics in this moment are very important. You know, we have a problem with the United States and China. We have a problem without China and Taiwan. We have a problem without Russia and Ukraine. So it is quite difficult to understand what is happening in the world. So as Argentina is a net exporter. We export 70% of our corn, of our wheat, and we export mostly 90% of our soybean production. So we are very close to what is happening in the international market. So my job is to try to know what is happening in the international market and to tell the farmers, which are another kind of issues every day, telling them every month. We have meetings with all the people, 800 people in different groups, and try to tell them what is happening in the world, what could happen with the prices, which is a better moment to make their commercialization, when to sell or not to sell their production. That's our job.
How has your company assisting the farmers? Do you have any plan or strategies for the income optimization of the farmers?
Yes, we are very involved with that because people are always asking how to make assets, or how to go to financial from the banks just to improve their production. And we have to know about that. We are very close to the people in banking. We are very close to people involved with seeds, or people involved with fertilizers, and try to make an effort to them to try to better commercialization of their products.
What message would you like to give to Indian farmers?
We are I am very sure that the Argentine and Indian they will be very close in the future, because we are a very important producer of soybean and sunflower, and we are the number one in exporting soybean oil and soybean oil and soybean meal. For the moment, India is an importer of soybean oil, not soybean meal, but in the future, if GDP in India continues increasing, I think that you will need to import soybean meal probably, and continue being a very important importer of soybean oil, and we are the number one in that. So I think that we are going to be very close to the people in India, and we are expecting, we have been some meetings in this trip with people involved with soybean vegetable oil production, and they are trying to visit in Argentina next March, and we are waiting them. We are making some agenda to visit the humid pampas, probably the better lands in the world in Argentina. So we are expecting the Indian farmers and the India people for next March.